Hey guys, Ethan Jackson here with Ease Lawn Lawn Care, and we got Jack, my big old buddy dog. I don't know how he's gonna show up on camera, but he's our new mascot. I brought him to the shop today just to help out with some stuff. But right now, what we're doing, I wanted to show you, is we're getting ready. I know I've changed the oil on this like 4 times. Change it every 50 hours or so, about 3 or 4 times, whatever, 6 times. I've changed it a lot, and right now we're about to hit 300 hours. Let's see what we are at. We are at, that's the volts, we're at 286. So we're getting really close to hitting 300 here. So what I want to do, I wanted to show you what I do personally to change the oil. So as you can see, this is the Craftsman T240 Kohler 22 horsepower engine. Okay, I'm going to have to pause this real quick because I need to adjust the camera stand. It's a little too big for the setting I have it on. I can fix the camera stand real quick. So basically, this is the Kohler 22 horsepower engine here, 7000 series. The oil I use is right here, Kohler 10W30 SAE. It's like $5 for 1 quart. It usually takes about just under 2 quarts, I think, for this engine. I might be wrong. Oil filter, but when you buy your, let's see if I can fix this real quick here. So when you buy your Craftsman mower, or at least the T240, you get this drain tube, and I'm pretty sure you get them with a lot of residential mowers and stuff now. And it's got this little nice feature. Let's see if you can see it. It's pretty dirty because I've been doing some mulching leaves, and it's gotten really muddy and stuff just past. Where the yellow is right here, is where this drains. So you twist it, you pull it out, and it drains. Well, instead of it going everywhere, just like a square, you have to unbolt or something. What you do is you just take this. Here, let's see if I can do this with one hand. So you want to pop, there's a little cap right here that you're going to want to pop off. Okay, like that. Let's see if I can do this without getting too dirty and get some light on it maybe. I don't want to get too much where you can't tell. Here we go. Maybe. Oh, come on. There you go. Can you see it there? So you're going to pop that little cap off. The steering bar is kind of in the way. But you're going to want to pop that little cap off. And then move it aside. And then this drain tube, you could probably make this even with your own setup. Okay, maybe one side's bigger than the other. I don't know why that would be. Okay, we got it on. Alright, so now as you can tell, this drain tube is on and it runs into the bucket there. And I have a container I do. So what you're going to want to do next is, need some better lighting in here, honestly. Okay, there we go, there we go. So what you're going to do, I don't know if you can see, right here, right there's a little thing, so you're going to twist it. This thing's a little loose, so that's why it's leaked out a little oil over the days and stuff, but I need to tighten that. So, let's see if I can turn the camera screen back on so I can see it. Okay, alrighty, so you're going to want to twist that like that. Did you see how it moved there? Oops, there went the light. It moved. And you're going to want to pull. And then there comes the oil. Yeah, I probably actually should have ran this. That's something I recommend. I forgot to do that. That's my fault, actually. You need to run the engine. You know what? I'm going to stop right now. Okay. I stopped it. So no more should be draining. And I'm going to turn the engine on. I'm going to run. That's my fault. I forgot to do that. I'm going to run the engine for a few minutes to let it warm up and stuff. But after I do that, I'll definitely change the oil. So I'll catch you guys when I'm done. So like I said, I forgot to run the engine. That was my bad. So you know what you gotta do. You just gotta twist that and pull it. And now the oil is running a bit faster this time. I'll take this off. I don't know. I've heard that you take it off to help drain faster and stuff. But I'm gonna leave it on because I don't want debris falling in there. And the interesting part about this is with this mower, with the tight turning, it's a little hard sometimes and a little tricky to get that oil filter off and stuff because this bar here to turn. So I'm going to let this oil drain because you guys don't want to watch that. But after the oil drains, I'll come back to you and then we'll take the oil filter off, we'll replace everything, and then we'll finish up, alright? So, as you can probably tell now, I drained all the oil and I'm getting ready to take the oil filter off to replace it. So I have one of them like oil/wrench things that go on your socket. It's just a 3/8 socket drive. Oil filter I use is the Kohler one, part number 12 0501 or 01/S1. I'll leave a link in the description down below for this one right here, and the Kohler oil that I also use too. I'll leave a link in the description for both of these items actually. So I'm gonna get right to it. So the way they made this more, like I've already told you, is this rod here makes it very difficult to change the oil without making a mess. Draining it's easy, but taking that oil filter off makes one big old mess. So I usually just get my shop towels, honestly, and just pack them in there as the best I can, because I know it's gonna make a mess, and I put them on the ground and stuff, because there's not really anything I found that I can do for it except what I've already done. So I try to do this fairly quick, honestly. Let's see. Sometimes this oil, okay, it's off. So now I use my hands, because my hands are a little faster. And we're gonna get this all, and then I gotta keep going, and it got it. As you can tell, it made a mess. Right? I put that where I drain my oil into a box, and then I just go in with some shop towels and start cleaning it up. Put them under there, like I said, so it doesn't drip everywhere. One time it scared me. I had it drip on for riding motors, you know, like there, and the pull or the belt gets powered from the engine. That totally thing down there got oil sprinkled on it, so it, when I turned the blades on, it sprinkled. I mean, when I turned the engine on, it sprinkled oil everywhere, all over the deck and stuff. So I thought I blew my engine up or something like crazy like that, which was kind of scary for me. So that's just something you want to keep in mind. As you can tell right there, I think. Let's see, get you some light. You can tell, see, like what I'm saying, it makes a mess and everything, unfortunately. So I know, like the commercial mowers and stuff, they're a bit better when it comes to changing the oil and stuff. So it'd be nice to see some residential mowers or riding mowers like that even. So I'm gonna let that drain for just a few seconds here. Like I said, I try to keep it pretty clean. You don't really want too much gunk getting in there and stuff. And on these mowers, you change the fuel filter every 100 hours, change the oil filter every 50 hours, and change the air filter every 25 hours or so. I usually change it. I buy a new one every 50 hours. I just put this on a while back. Actually, I just clean them off and stuff, because usually they're not too bad and stuff, but I want to keep this engine in good shape and stuff, so I usually do the recommended maintenance and stuff. And as you can tell, there is, looks like some dirt buildup there. That is not okay. Maybe that just was from what fell from me. So I'm going to take these oily rags and put them in a place you can dispose of. Actually, I didn't know this, but I found out you can, the way to dispose of your oil pretty easily, take it to like your nearest AutoZone or Auto Parts, something like that, and they will dispose of it, usually free of charge, or even like, a little repair shop, a little oil change shop where you can get your cars changed and stuff. They'll usually do it there for jack. They'll usually just take it for free, because I think sometimes they recycle into other things. So I'm gonna make sure this gasket is really clean, or where the oil filter goes, this seal's nice and cleaned. You can tell there's still some oil coming through, and I don't think you'll ever get it to stop, probably, unless you just let it sit overnight, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna try and keep my big head out of the way so you guys can see. I'm gonna plug that a little to clean it. Okay, and you always want to make sure you pull out all your rags, because you do not want to leave an oily rag and then run the engine where it gets hot enough on the outer. Because I have this one tucked in there pretty far, because I don't like oil running all the way back to where it's hard to clean. So I always want to make sure I clean it. And like I said, there's dirt built up and stuff from where the oil kind of leaks out. So I take my deck scraper actually and just kind of scrape around it, because it was it was getting to the point where it's a lot of oil built, or just gunk residue built up there. And that's not, I like to be able to see what's going on and stuff down there, so that's why I do that. And really, other than that, we're practically almost done, really. Like I said, you never want to overfill your oil. Don't do that. That's not good. Trust me, I did that, and that is a no bueno thing. Oh, while we have it like this, I'm gonna go get the wrench, because this little part that you get to turn on that mechanism here, the part that holds it to the engine, it gets a little loose after that 100 hours or so, is what I found. So I just like to come and tighten it up with the wrench every once in a while. I do it about every oil change now. And it's not been leaking. Because at first it was leaking a lot. I'm like, ooh, this is not good at all. So, hopefully you can hear me when I walked away. Jack, you okay? All right. Jack's still in here with me. So I'm going to try and tighten this to the best I can. Oh, this wrench is big enough. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm just going to slowly roll it. If I can. Oh, man. I think I'm going to make a video of a review of that PB9010 I got because, man, guys, that thing is just like a monster. It's awesome. Oh, my. Okay. I think I got that pretty tight. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, like I said, there's more oil dripping, so you got to clean that up again. Real good. Make sure there's no residue or anything. There. Clean that good. Leave that there, because what I'm going to do now, I'm going to open my oil filter thing here. And remember I said I'll leave a link in the description down below for this. So there's the oil filter. It's like a short one. It's about 2 inches. They make long ones, but on this model of mower, it won't, or like a high quality oil filter, but it's longer, so you probably get more filtration, was what I'm guessing from it. But on this model, like without the steering rod, the problem is you can't do it or it bangs up against it, and that would not be good. So what you want to do, or from what I've learned and found out, what you want to do, this is already our pre-opened package of the oil. What you want to do is, hold on, itch. Okay, there we go. So what you're going to want to do is take your, well, just take a little bit, and that might be a little too much, and just kind of dab it, your finger in it, and go all on the seal with it to help it get, and you just kind of do that to get the other, to get the extra oil, to leak in the filter. Maybe you can take your finger to kind of persuade it a little. You just want to get a nice good lubricate where the threads are, just so it goes on nice and good. Alrighty, so this, I usually just hand tighten these on the whole way, unless it gets a little oily to where it's hard for me to grip it. Because you do not, like I said, you don't, or I might have said, but you probably know, you don't want these oil filters super tight. Okay, so like I said, it's oily, so I can't get a full good grip on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my socket just the slightest bit. They say just about a turn and a quarter, so yeah, it says, the instructions say fill the base threads with clean oil. Wait for the filter to absorb the oil 2 minutes. I didn't do that. Oil gasket before assembly. Tighten 3/4 to 1 turn after gasket contacts with base. So I'm going to just do a little more of a turn. Like I said, this oil filter wrench doesn't fully get a good grip for some reason. They don't make any smaller to buy. Unfortunately, it's hard to get the other types of oil wrenches in there. Unfortunately. So let's see. Okay, that's really snug. That's really good and snug. So it doesn't need to be any snugger than that. Let's see if I have a funnel. I forgot. I got a free one from the GIE, but I left it at home. I didn't bring it to the shop. Yeah, I don't think I have. Look at that. I don't think I have a funnel. So now I gotta be real careful when I do this. So I'm gonna take this out. Set it there. Like I said, I already drained all the oil beforehand. Make sure you're plugged up, like everything won't leak out. Because trust me, I've had leaks happen. Let's get some light on here so I can see what I'm doing. Okay. I picked up this little light thing from Roller King for about $5. It's really nice. It's got a nice little handle and stuff on it. So it usually hangs pretty good where I need it. Let's see. It's kind of hard to see. Get that. Okay, that's about that was almost a full quart I put in, so let's check the oil just to see where it's at. Because I think it's just under 2 quarts that it takes. I think it's like 1.8. Okay, so I don't even think it's touching the dipstick yet. Oh, something I've learned, you gotta have to shake this to get the oil off the sides of where, like there, so it doesn't get all on the dipstick and make it all confusing. Like, that's what I've learned and figured out works best for me. So, like I said, it's just under the low side. So, I'm gonna put some more oil in. That was about at full quarts, I think. I should have looked, honestly. So, now I'm just gonna pour just a little bit at a time. Let's get that light. I'm gonna pour just a little bit at a time. And check, like, say you're in Florida or really up north, you're gonna want to get different types of oil. I'm in the Midwest, so this is the best oil for me. This is like kind of a universal oil, the 10W30. Like, well, unless you're in Florida or something where it doesn't ever freeze or hardly does, then you don't really need to get this. I think there's other oil that's like for warm temperatures and stuff. So, but it's probably all priced the same, I'm guessing. So, yeah, we still haven't reached the low side yet. Hopefully I have enough oil. Because that one was... Okay, no, we're just under the L. Or we're just above it, I should say, on the dipstick here. So I'm going to continue to pour more oil in. Oops, no, that was the dipstick. And you always... It's better to overfill with oil than not give it enough oil. Because you can always drain a little and stuff like that. So it's always better, like I said, to overfill than underfill. Because if you underfill, nothing's gonna get lubricated and stuff starts locking up. And from what I've heard, when so Kohler locks up, they're really hard to unlock. Like other engines are better at unlocking, like the pistons and stuff, but Kohler's not so much, which is a bummer. But I like Kohler's a lot. Okay, we're just about full, so just now this is where you want to go really slow with it. Let's see if I can get the light here again. Oh, there we go. Just go a little bit. Oh, get taps in the way. I might not have enough. I might have to go buy a whole other quart. Okay. Well, this is empty. So, let's do a little check. Where we're at. Oh, there's my leg. I just realized I gotta keep the video. Or keep my legs out of the video. Okay, so. Oh, I was looking wrong stuff. Give me just a minute, Rio. I think we might be full. Okay, so. Let me check this one more time after I show you a little bit. I don't know, it just seems to help for me. Let's see. Come on, I can't tell. Still gonna make me a good shot at it. Okay, so from the looks of it, there seems to be just enough oil. I got just the right amount. Like, I'm gonna let... Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, I'm definitely... Let's see if I can flip this around. I'm definitely gonna let this sit and check it. But other than that, I'm not gonna show you guys the rest because, oh, there's oil on the lens. Let's see here. Wipe it off with this, maybe. Is that better? Yeah, it looks better. Hopefully you can still see me. But, yeah, I got the oil changed. So, I did this because I'm done mowing and I want to be able to go with spring. Hopefully I don't use this mower next spring. Hopefully I should be able to get zero turn. That's what I'm looking for with all the supply and demand, though it's kind of hard to find one right now. So we're looking to get a zero turn. I'm going to tell you that right now. But for now, we're keeping the rider, and we'll keep it too because you never know what it could be considered a backup. Anyways, there's tons of things you can do with them. So that's the oil change. It's pretty simple, about 15-20 minutes if you know what you're doing. I mean, I don't know what I'm doing, but I've done this a few times, so I know what I'm doing. But I'll leave the oil description down below. I'll leave the filter description down below. In the description down below so you can find it real quick and easy. So that hopefully will help you out. So Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something from it, and have a good day.